There are so many brands of basketball cards on the market that it can be hard as a sports card investor to know what to buy, what to chase, and what to pass on altogether. In today's video, I want to help. I'm going to count down my list of top 10 basketball brands and get you started on the right direction. But first, the intro. So I know I said I want to talk about the best basketball brands to invest in, but I use best really loosely there. So let's dive in a little bit more about what I mean and how I ranked these top 10 brands. I really operated under 4 different qualifications. For one, mass appeal, basically how many people want the cards. The larger the mass appeal, the better the resale market. Think about movies. They make a good example of this. Spider-Man versus La La Land. A movie like La La Land is widely considered a cinematic masterpiece and it's more likely to win awards, but movies like Spider-Man are going to gross more money because more people want to see Spider-Man beat up bad guys than they want to watch La La Land. If you get cards with mass appeal, same value translates there. More people want in. Next up, scarcity, and I know it kind of seems like those two are butting heads, scarcity versus mass appeal, but there is a fine line between overprinting and underprinting, so you want to live in the middle there. Value is another one where it's basically how I ranked it is just based on track record. If these products have been around for a while and how they've held their value over time, that meant something and boosted their ranking on my list. And then finally, price. And on price, I could have just said Flawless is the best brand because it costs $10,000 to buy a suitcase of Flawless cards. But I didn't do that. I measured it more as ROI, return on investment. Think of it as bang for your buck. If you can buy a $2,000 box and sell it for $4,000, to me that is a whole lot better than buying a $7,000 box and selling it for $9,000. And without further ado, let's dive into the top 10. So number 1 is Absolute Memorabilia. This is a brand that it uses, true to its name, it uses memorabilia cards really well. And it's not even just jersey memorabilia. It can be balls, it can be sneakers, it can be a lot of things. It's been around for over a decade and it just has this pretty established place in sports card history. And it's not any collector's favorite product, but it's also a product that, and while it's not any collector's favorite product, it's also a product that every collector seems to respect. And I don't know any detractors from Absolute who just say, wow, what an ugly product. They make good looking cards and it's a mid price, so $300 to $500 depending on the year. It's a good rip. Number 9, Spectra, and I'll be honest, I wrestled with Spectra several times. I wondered about not even including it in the top 10, I wondered about including it higher, ultimately I landed at number 9. And I think it was created kind of to be a high-end version of Prism, but then you fast forward and Prisms become the high-end version of Prism. So you get these nice Optichrome colored cards with a lot of different color per box. They're all low numbered, and you're usually getting about 16 cards per box when you buy Spectra, so it's very expensive, but you get significantly less cards, and it feels like as a rip, there's less upside potential than just opening a box of Prism. So I didn't know what to do with it. I put it in number 9. Good product, low numbered cards sell for a lot of money, but it's just not as popular. And I know this is crazy because I don't think retail cards are the move, but Spectra doesn't have a retail version, and I think that actually hurts it because there's less mass appeal. Collectors who are hoarding the base Prism rookies and the base Optic rookies have never really experienced Spectra, so there's just less people that want them. I don't think the base rookies in any retail product are going to be worth much moving forward, but I do think at least the brand name recognition is valuable. Number 8 is Donis, and this is my favorite brand as a collector, and that probably tells you all you need to know about me as a collector, but I think the rated rookie cards are just timeless. You could have dropped them in the 1960s and they would have been cool. You could have dropped them in 2020s like they are, and they're cool. So I just love these cards. They look really good, and they seem to do something better every single year. They have these Color Blast cards that they dropped 3-4 years ago, and they look really cool. Donis has always been a paper card brand, but now that they have like color wheel cards, they look super cool. There's a lot of different refractors, there's a lot of different rainbow variations, so we get some numbered cards, and these boxes are cheap. You don't have to pay a lot of money. It's about $250 for a hobby box, and the hobby boxes have lots of cards. If you're looking to rip a basketball hobby box with a young collector, this might be the perfect brand for that. There's a lot of bang for your buck. It's very hard to... Something that matters to me is how likely I am to lose a lot of money opening a box of cards. So if I'm ripping, Donis is a great rip because honestly, as many cards as you get, it's hard to lose a lot of money, especially when it doesn't cost a lot of money. Alright, number 7 is Flawless, and this is the uber high end of cards. We think National Treasures is expensive because those boxes can sell for about $3,000, but the nice Flawless boxes can sell for $10,000 plus. They're not even boxes, they come in a suitcase. So you open it, you get the cards out of the suitcase, then you have this little metal briefcase afterwards so you can carry it to work and be like, hey guys, I'm just going to work, and you have like Flawless printed on the side of your suitcase. Not sure entirely why they do that, but they always have, so it's just kind of this thing with Flawless. This brand's been around for a deceptively long time. It came out in 2012. I just worry that there's not a resale value for it. If I pay $7,000-8,000 for a box of cards that I'm going to sit on and try to sell in the future, there's a very small percentage of the population with that much disposable income that they're willing to pay enough to buy it from you that it justifies the flip. I don't think the bang for your buck's there though, because I think National Treasures is just half to a third the price, and it has just as much upside with the nice RPAs. Number 6 is Mosaic, and Mosaic is also a weird product to me. I struggle with these Optichrome brands that aren't in the big three, because for me there are 3 Optichrome brands that easily stand head and shoulders above the rest, and then there's some that kind of mimic them that I'm just not sure what to do with. So Mosaic released in 2019-20, so it hasn't been around for nearly as long as quite a few of these other brands, and it felt like something Panini pushed out during the 2019-20 sports card bubble, largely caused by the pandemic. This was a late release, and it kind of felt like a half-baked release. There was a brand in 2016-17 called Prism Mosaic, and there were Prism cards, but they were this like Mosaic parallel, and they all had the Mosaic refractor that we associate now with the Mosaic brand. And then in, like I said, in 2019-20, Panini decided to make it its own standalone brand, so they pushed out Mosaic under its own. It has its own logo. It's just, I would never buy this over any of the 3 Optichrome cards that we're about to discuss in the near future. But wait, one second. Before we get into the top 5, I got a very special favor to ask. I've been paying attention to our YouTube channel analytics lately like a nerd, and it turns out most people who watch these videos don't actually subscribe to our channel. So if you do me a favor and just click the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and then if you want to ring the notification bell so you never miss another one of our videos, that would help us continue to make this content for you guys. And it gets better. We actually pick a random subscriber every Friday and give them a box of cards. So there might be something in it for you too. Now, back to the video. For number 5, I admit it, I'm cheating. I'm putting Contenders and Contenders Optic lumped together on the same spot. This is a product that I don't like to rip at all, because there's not really rookie cards. You get some inserts, but this product is driven by autographs. When you buy a box of Contenders, you can get, it depends year to year, but anywhere from 2 to 5 autographs in the box, and you're not going to pull any rookies and numbered rookies unless it's an insert, and even in that case it doesn't sell for a whole lot. So you really need a nice autograph to justify the purchase price. Contenders Optics kind of same way, except you're only getting 8 to 12 cards. There's a lot of number, there's a lot of rainbow parallels, but you really need a nice autograph, and I think they fall 1 per box there. So this is an exceptionally risky product that I'm not saying you should ever buy to rip, but as a long-term hold, the Contenders rookie ticket autograph, the one of Chet here on the right, they have cool autograph sets and they're all designed to look like a ticket, and they've just been around for so long that these cards are probably the most popular rookie autograph every year, at least from the mid-tier sets. So that alone makes them really valuable. To illustrate how long they've been around, Tom Brady has a Contenders rookie ticket autograph. So they've been around since like 2000. Number 4 is National Treasures, and you can make a case for putting National Treasures a lot higher on this list, and if you would, comment below and let me know what you think. If you just Google something like most expensive basketball cards, you're going to get National Treasures as probably 7 of the top 10. The National Treasures RPAs, particularly the 1-of-1s, but those are the cards that touch that $1 million mark in auction when they're nice players. Steph Curry, Giannis, those kind of guys, those demand the big bucks when it goes to auction, and when you're talking about cards that are going to just sell for an absolute ton of money. So with that said, National Treasures has incredibly high upside. You usually get about 8 to 10 cards per box depending on the year. This year has 4 autographs and 4 memorabilia cards plus a printing plate. It changes a little bit every year, so just check and make sure you know what you're getting before you buy. These boxes can sell for $2,500 for a really not great rookie class to $5,000 to $6,000 for a really good one. But if you find a class that you particularly believe in and think that they're going to be the future, you could buy these boxes for $3,000 to $4,000, and I think there's a chance that, you know, they get to that $6,000 to $10,000 mark as a resale potential, which is great because it's expensive, yes, but it's not flawless expensive, so you can still make a lot of money reselling these boxes. or even if you're just ballsy enough to open them, just be smart with your money. Number 3 is Select. Select has been around since 2012, and it is also kind of invented to be the high-end version of Prism. The difference is it's a little bit more affordable, you get a lot more cards, and the cards have aged very well over time, so this is one of the most popular sets of Optichrome cards. And, spoiler alert, our top 3 are all going to be Optichrome. Select's a good brand. The only thing I don't like about it is it's a little bit confusing to open. There are 3 different tiers of scarcity, so you get Courtside, you get Premier, and then you get Concourse level rookie cards. I did them in descending order from most to least rare, and for a new collector, Select's the one that feels like it needs a handbook to actually understand what you're working through. So that's the only flaw in this set. Number 2, Donruss Optic, and this is my other favorite brand. It is just the chromium version of Donruss. So for Topps, they have Topps and Topps Chrome. Panini makes Donruss Optic, and I think those are the closest one-to-one relationships between Topps and Topps Chrome. Donruss Optic's great because you can get a hobby box for less than $1,000, and there's some big hit potential. And I think just over time, the population reports on the PSA grading side are going to show that the Optic Holo, which is the same as the Silver Prism, has a significantly lower population, and I think that's going to actually add to the value. So these rated rookie cards like the one of Paolo, this is obviously an autograph, but the rated rookie logo, the cards just look so great. They're very timeless, and I think they have high upside. Don't buy the base and get them graded. Buy some numbered, buy some refractors, buy something with color and get it graded if you're looking to invest long term, or if you're just looking for a pretty safe box. I think Optic is one of the best combinations of entry price, like barrier to entry, and potential value in the future. It's about as safe of an investment as you can make, and it is one that I have a lot of hobby boxes of sealed that I'm sitting on because, to be quite frank, I think it's a lot more affordable than Prism and has just about as much return. But speaking of Prism, number 1 on the list, I put Prism. It's not my favorite brand, but it seems to be, if you polled most collectors, the most sought after mid-tier brand. It's great because you get a box for anywhere from $1,500 to $3,500, and the hobby boxes are obviously expensive, but they're still not National Treasures expensive. They're still not as expensive as something like Flawless, and you get a lot more cards. You typically get 12 packs of 12 cards, so 144 cards per box. There's a lot more, if you're opening cards at least, there's a lot more chances to pull something that will make your money back than running through an 8-card box of National Treasures. Plus the blaster boxes that people were literally like fist fighting for in Target parking lots across America during the COVID pandemic are really what made this product the chase in basketball. The one thing I will caution against is just buying a lot of PSA 10 base rookies because, again, don't think it's going to age well. But that's my top 10. Comment below what you think of this list, what you'd change, share your own list, and be sure to watch another video. They're right over here.